Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today, the Orassin. Come back with me in time, will you? It's Wave 27. The Enterprise E has a repaint. You can actually buy it. The IKS Groth has a repaint. You wonder why. And the Orassin is a new ship. The Klingon Civil War, OP, is just about to begin. Fleet Commander is a new resource. It's a grand time. Reverse course works as it is intended to work. But I digress. Anyway, the Orassin is a retail ship. It's a Xindi insectoid starship. You know, that little three-prong thing that almost nobody plays unless you're playing Enterprise era games. And by the way, you should play Enterprise era games. They are a blast because you get ships like the NX-01, the ISS Avenger, Vulcans, Andorians, Xindi. The biggest, baddest ship in that whole game is the Weapon Zero. And short of that, it's like the aquatic cruiser, the Orassin, the NX, Vulcans. I mean, Vulcans are actually legit in that. The Andorians are pretty good. Like, we got some ships. They're pretty well balanced. Again, I digress. But the Orassin, a 3232, 20-point ship. Boy, if anything needs some recosting, it's Xindi. Because this should not be a 20-point ship. If it's like a 17, that feels better. 16? I don't know. Somewhere in there. When attacking, during the modify attack dice step, you may spend your battle station token to convert one of your hits into a crit. Well, I guess if I was ever going to do this, it would be on a ship that only had 3 attack dice, because this is where I'm liable to actually roll 3 native hits. Or use my target lock from a previous round. It's not the best ability. It would have been nice to let me convert one battle station into a crit and the rest to hits with my battle station token. You know, that could have been a thing. But yeah, I don't know. And it's not like I'm getting passive conversions anyway, because this ship has no crew slots. It's weapon tech. I guess I have hatchery as a Xindi faction, so I could always get crew that way. But still, weird. If anything, it feels like I want Bohica on this ship to get a passive blank to hit conversion and then use my battle station token to convert, but it's tough. The generic, or I guess the dial here, very maneuverable ship. I would have loved to have seen it get 1 turns. I think if any ship could have pulled it off, it was the Insectoid. 1 turns instead of 3 turns would have made this ship a blast to play. It would have darted all over the place and still give it the 3 come about, but alas, it was not to be. And what's worse is that the generic loses a tech and it goes weapon tech as a 3231. Yeah, I just that to me feels like a 14, maybe a 12-point ship, but that's probably way too drastic. Call it a 14-point. Yeah. Our captain, or our first captain, I should say, is the Insectoid Counselor. I know, real generic. 7-point crew, talent, 4 points. Action. Each time your ship attacks this round during the modified defense dice step, you may convert one of your opponent's evades into a blank, inflict 1 damage to your ship's shields or hull. I will never ever run this. I never have run this. I'm not hurting myself to make you can't not cancel one of my hits. There's just no reason. And that's my action. As a passive ability, where I can do that and hurt myself, sure. Sure, I could see that. As an action where I have to decide to do it first, then hope that I roll well, it's not happening. I guess that was our one captain. Our talent is Thalen. Add a weapon upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. If this additional weapon upgrade is a Xindi weapon upgrade, its cost is -2 points. When firing a second weapon, you may disable this card to gain +1 attack die to a max of 6. And that's going to cost me 5 points. So essentially, I'm paying 5 points for a weapon slot. That's 2 points at best. I'm saving 2 points, and I'm disabling to get 1 attack. Ugh. Just doesn't feel worth it. I mean, it kind of justifies, but let's say more realistic. A weapon slot is 1 point. The discount should just be what it is, but let's say it actually is just transferring points. So that's 2, so we're at a running cost of 3, and disabling the card for an extra attack die is a 1 point ability, not a 2 point, a 1 point. So that's 4. This card is overpriced. Alright, next up, we have another talent, the Xindi Council. Place 1 mission token on this card for each damage your ship suffers to its hull or shields, to a max of 4. So this isn't even useful on like the aquatic ship where you'd want to put it. When attacking or defending, you may discard this card to re-roll a number of mission tokens. I think it's a number of dice equal to the mission tokens on this card. And this card can only be fielded by a Xindi captain assigned to a Xindi ship. It's just not good. I want it to be good. I want this to be a thing. The Xindi Council was such a pivotal plot point of season 3 of Enterprise. But first I have to take damage. Then I only get a max 4. Then I get a discard. Oh wait, then I have to make an attack or defense. Then I have to discard the card. And as we've seen with new cards like the Borg cards, I just get mission tokens and then I get to passively add dice. And adding dice is better than re-rolling dice as a discard. This should have never been re-roll. This should have been get my tokens, and I could re-roll dice equal to my mission tokens on this card. Let it be a max of 4. That's fine. But it should have just been a passive ability. If this is passive, get rid of discard. Just, you may re-roll a number of dice equal to the mission tokens on this card. Then let it be a Xindi captain on a Xindi ship. Fine. That's a really good card then. Alright. The pulse firing particle cannon. Attack, disable, only forward firing arc, 3 dice, range 1 to 3. If it hits, you may immediately make a second attack with this weapon against the same target at -1 attack die for the second attack. And it costs 5 more points of purchase for a non-Xindi weapon, or non-Xindi ship. So you're paying 4 points to get 3 dice and then a 2-die attack. In this Enterprise era scenario, it works great. Mission play, it could work. Anything else, mixing games, not having it. Xindi torpedoes. 2 points, 4 dice, range 2 to 3. Target lock, spend a target lock, put 3 time tokens on this card. You can only fire this weapon from your forward firing arc. Again, no conversions, 4 dice. 2 points is like the only redeeming part of this, but still, it hurts. I want like 2 time tokens, not 3. And a little quality would be nice. All right, I alluded to hatchery at the start, but let's actually talk about hatchery. I honestly forgot it was in this pack, but hey, it's in this pack. It's tech, it's 2 points. Add 1 crew upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. Hey, we do get crew. At the start of the game, during the Gather Forces step, place a Xindi crew upgrade face down beneath this card. When one of your other crew upgrades is discarded, discard this card and flip the card beneath this card face up. That card is now deployed to your ship. This upgrade can only be purchased for a Xindi ship. No ship may have more than 1 hatchery upgrade. So this isn't something you're going to buy for the Orassin or insectoid ships. They're just not powerful enough. It is something on reptilian ships or the aquatics because they're actually going to be around long enough to see a fight, to discard a crew, and get a new crew in there. And really what it is this is best used offensively. To have a crew that's in there as a one-shot, and then you say, okay, now I can use my one-shot, and now I've still got a crew to do something else. And it's a surprise crew. So you can look around and go, oh, I don't have to worry about anything except what my opponent's got on the table and whatever hatchery has under it. And so maybe you have passive conversion. Maybe you have a discard, a force a discard, or a big disable card, or a no defense die like Nanclis in there. I don't know. But there's some... Well, it's Xindi crew. It's Xindi crew face down. That does severely limit your options. But there's still some cool... There's some interesting Xindi crew. I won't say great Xindi crew, but there's some interesting Xindi crew in there. We've got Insectoid Raiding Party. It's a 3-point crew action. If your ship's not cloaked, disable all of your remaining shields. Target a ship at range 1 to 2 that's not cloaked, has no active shields. Discard this card. To discard any upgrade with cost of 5 or less on the target ship. Upgrade costs 5 more points for any ship other than a Xindi ship. No ship can be equipped with more than one of these. Really, it should have been a unique ship unique. Or just a ship unique card. Anyway. Yeah. It's a raiding party. Again, in that Enterprise era game, it works because there's almost no shields going around. But again, big mixing, it's not there. So hatchery is an interesting play. These Xindi torpedoes aren't terrible. Short of that, the name Orassin is interesting. I'll go with that. It's tough. It's tough. This pack is a product of its time. I actually think, Wave 29 was the last wave that came out. The Orassin, then the Kalindra, then the Maratas were the last new retail ships. It kind of shows. These were basically the end of the line. And then we got card packs and faction packs and stuff like that. So these are the ones that suffered. These did not have the most inspired design behind them. Do they still have a place in this game? Yeah, absolutely. Do they have the best design in this game? No, not at all. Am I going to tell you rush out and buy these? No. Am I going to tell you that it's absolutely a waste of your money if you bought these? Again, no. I think that they're playable. I'm not going to say that they'll ever help you win nationals or worlds or anything like that. But I think that they will help in certain situations. And sometimes that's all you need. So, anyway, let's go with that. And thank you all for watching. Until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.